How do, folks? Welcome to Tuesday. Monday's over. We're surging on to the weekend. So, being Tuesday, it is time for Two for Tuesday. And that is an open tag brought to us by that fine gentleman, Tom, over at Knife Delights. And Tom has an awesome channel. I'm sure you've probably heard me say that many times before. The man knows just a plethora about knives. And he's probably one of the premier experts in the YouTube world on the buck knife. So if you're interested in buck knives, older knives, he does some great knife restoration videos. You got some old knives you want to fix up, Tom's a great guy to go over and watch and pick up a few tricks from. So definitely check him out. So the two knives we're going to look at today for Two for Tuesday are, again, two that kind of came down through family. I couldn't 100% track where they came from, which family members had them and whatnot. Things get passed around, but both of these I probably had since I was a kid. So being that I'm way off of being a kid anymore, I don't remember much about those days other than the fun stuff. But the first one we'll look at, and if I haven't mentioned it yet, they're both Swiss Army knives, is this one right here. Now, with both of these knives, I can't give you a model name or whatever. I know, particularly with Victorinox, they've got a name for every model and design. I'm not going to be able to give that to you today. I spent some time on the SAC wiki page. That kind of hurts my head. I find that one awkward to use, but a lot of people find great success with it. So if anybody's curious, wants to do a little treasure hunt on their own, maybe just from what I show here today, you can go have a look for yourself. But this one's a Premier, and we'll get that off the main blade here. There's that nail in the cat. Now, these are not in awesome shape. I've done a little bit of work to them, but they're far from a full restoration. But you can see it's a Premier K354. Nothing on that side. So you've got your typical spear point blade. Some of these may be tricky to open. Some wicked snap with this one though. And you've got like a little drop point pen blade, which is kind of neat. What else do we have here? We've got your scissors on the spring design, very similar to the Victorinox style. And we have got a very toothy looking saw. And then we have your can opener with a little bit of a screwdriver that's seen better days. Apparently that tried to unscrew or screw a very stubborn screw. And it's kind of a different little can opener design. And then you've got your bottle opener / screwdriver over here, which is in much better shape. And I'm assuming a little bit of a wire stripper there. Bail intact on this one. On the reverse side, you have your punch or reamer. And then your corkscrew. No place on this one for your ever so frequently lost toothpick or tweezers. You can see I've given these a bath in mineral oil, so there's still a little bit of that comes out of them. But there's big cleanups ahead on these ones. So that is your Premier. The next is a very rough Victorinox. And you can see it had a bail, but that's broken off. This scale right here is split. This one here took a big gouge from something. And again, where the bail is missing. And you're missing your toothpick and your tweezers. Not a huge deal there. You can buy those by the dozens off of Amazon. But this one's got a few tools to it. So if we go right for the main spear point blade, we can see Victorinox, Officer, Swiss. And on the reverse side, we have Victorinox, Switzerland, Stainless, Rostfrey. A little bit of a snap on this one. This one, I think, saw a lot of abuse. Some of it probably at my hands as a young fella. The blade doesn't sit in perfectly. Your secondary blade here, I may have to pull this guy out to get at it, yep. You have here that, again, kind of a drop point spear blade. Don't know what happened there, but it took a good chunk out of it. And there's a little bit of a twist to the end of this blade. So this thing's had a rough life. And then we have your scissors, which looks like they found some paint. Now, I used to do a lot of model kits when I was a kid, so that could be model kit paint. And then we have a fish scaler and hook remover. And then a file, double-sided. Looks to be the same grit on each side, I would say. And then we have a saw. And you can see a saw that doesn't want to go home very easily. And then you've got your can opener with a little bit of a flathead screw on the end. And your bottle opener with a larger flathead and what's probably a wire stripper there. And on this side you have your punch or reamer. And you have your Phillips screwdriver. So the fact that it doesn't have a corkscrew probably would make it easier for me to date when I get to that point. But for now, I just have to decide how much I'm able to salvage this. I could probably put new scales on it or covers if I wanted to. But this is going to be a big clean-out project, I think. And I just kind of had it sitting aside, thinking, do I really want to dive into that or not? But I probably will at some point. So there we have those two. And what are we at? 8.5 minutes? Let's throw one more in there. And this isn't an exciting knife that's going to excite anybody. It's just a funny story for me. So this is a knife I won. I want to say probably, 26, 27 years ago at a golf tournament. I don't really play golf. I've never owned a golf club, but my work was having a golf tournament. A buddy of mine had an old set of Sears golf clubs, and I highlight Sears golf clubs, so they weren't high end or anything. But I borrowed the clubs to go to this tournament, and no intention of winning or anything, just it was a work tournament, so off I went. And there were some very elitist type golfers there, we'll say. And they laughed hysterically at my Sears clubs in a torn up old cheap golf club bag. And they were very snobbish, even though they were my coworkers. But in that work, as line of work or that area of work, as with I'm sure many, a lot of career advancement happens on the golf course. I had no interest in that kind of career advancement, so I wasn't part of that crew. But I did win a knife. And I won this knife for having the longest drive of the day. I don't golf. I don't people get up, go out there, golf, they get mad, they break clubs, they yell and scream. I go out there, I hit a ball. If I don't like it, I just hit another ball. I carry 5 balls in my pocket. I run out of balls. I go for a walk in the woods, find the ones that other people are too lazy to look for. Then I continue on. So, oddly enough, after I hit that drive, one of those elitist guys was kind of like, could I try your driver? So, yeah, hitting the longest drive of the day with a cheap Sears golf club kind of makes people reevaluate things, I guess. So anyway, but for the knife itself, it's got just a, probably Chinese-made knife. It says stainless. Just the kind you get for giveaways at golf tournaments or a business would make, but decent little snap on the open. And then you've got, being it was a golf tournament, you have your divot repair tool. And you have over here your cleat tightener for the spikes on the bottom of your golf shoes. And then on the back side, you have this gadget, which isn't really a punch or an awl or a reamer, I don't think. I think that's probably something to clean mud from between the cleats on your shoes. So, anyhow, just a silly little one for a silly little story. So that's it for our 2 for Tuesday. I hope everyone's having a fabulous day. If you enjoyed the video, please consider tapping the like button. If you have any comments, questions, criticisms, or concerns, or you want to know where to get a Sears golf club, put a comment in the comment section below. And if you like the video and you think you'd like to see more, please consider subscribing and tapping that little bell. Y'all have an awesome rest of your day. Take care.